leave a stream on in the background. You know, only the finest of quality for my subscribers. What are you doing
Yes.
What are you doing up so late?
Couldn't sleep, and somebody sent me a video explaining why Halo 4 is actually garbage, and I was like, oh, this gotta be like fun. And then I checked it, and I was like, oh, this motherfucker is basically a Bungie dick writer.
Well, what do you mean he? Well, no, I actually liked Halo 4. Halo 4
Well,
was
like he spent the entire time
Tomorrow
complaining about
is a
like a bunch of other bullshit. Like I didn't even watch like most of the first part of it. Like I just focused on because it was like an hour long, but somebody told me he's like, well, he's got pretty good evidence for humans and forwards being the same thing, and I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, and he claims that the Forerunners 343 retcon the Forerunners, and I'm like, oh my fucking god.
but he did though. Hello, Melissa.
the hope.
League of Legends
He
has
didn't!
listened.
Never
They literally said
enough.
they're homogenous.
Mangler's here
Oh,
talking shenanigans. Don't listen to him. He just doesn't understand how 343 ruined Bungie or ruined Halo.
dude. He literally looked at the didact and was like, there's nothing about this guy that's interesting. He's a generic villain. Like, generic villain with generic guns with generic goals. And I'm like, what? What? I don't want to hear this from the guy that was repping fucking Halo 2 with Tartarus the fucking Donkey Kong over here.
Okay, this is
Literal.
I didn't realize this one was extension.
Wait, what am I looking at? Ooh.
I'm not rewatched that. I'll put it apart.
Is this what it looks like on the battlefield when you're running lane?
This one lanes look like.
This looks kind of hype.
Okay, so I guess.
So yeah, he also claimed that 343 just turned the Forerunners into vampires with cheeky powers, and gone are the days of them being like immortal gods with like all-powerful technology. And I just looked at him and I was like, "Are you sure about that?" A hell of a way to be wrong. The guy with the stick.
There's no way else you survive old age. You put Yasuo in lane in any of your games, this motherfucker will die 10 times over. There's no way this man survived old age.
I'm still here.
The man with the stick. Are they tied to the stick?
Alright, let me lower it a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, no, so we didn't get cinematic last year for this. Kind of cool. This is Tryndamere. This character is in desperate need of a visual update. And that is death. So, I guess he fights death canonically, which is kind of cool. A lot of people are saying this is metaphorical, but there is a quest between them. Yeah, this is not lore accurate. Wolf does fuck all in the game. And to be clear, this is just the concept of death itself, basically. So the fact that like this can occur is kind of very silly. For context, for those of you who don't know who this character is, Tryndamere, he's just too angry to die, ever. That's his whole ability. He just, whenever he starts getting close to death, or whenever he just gets angry, he just becomes a merciless, like, killer. I want to see that. I want to see that first part again. This is Keller Morgana.
It seems that they grind the Gerudo Valley and got those ice arrows.
The ice arrow is very nice. This is fucking pretty fucking crazy.
Only Ocarina of Time players will know what I'm talking about.
Bro, Ocarina of Time is trash.
Sure.
Of course, Morgana gets knocked down first. Elephant Demon.
To the surprise
yeah.
of no one, everyone hates POC. Probably because of the Gauntry. Then we can barely hear you. Then we can barely
Yeah,
hear
no,
you.
I lowered it. So this is actually kind of an interesting change to the lore, because this there are in-game quests confirming these events do happen this way. So this means at some point after the dark, yeah, now you can barely hear. Let me hire Mangler's audio. Yeah, because I told my brother to give me the program to separate things so I can like keep Discord high and keep the music low, but my brother didn't send me that program, so I'll have to do that later. But so for context, this is pretty interesting lore-wise, because this does not happen, this happened in the past. So that means after Aatrox became a Darkin, after the Darkin War, at some point he squares up against Keller Morgana, and they win, but then Aatrox... I think this ties into the Color story, because in the Color story, Aatrox is a sword in the dirt in a random road, and a random person picks him up, and Aatrox just consumes his body. Although I think Aatrox mentions that his legs are broken and that his arm is like short.
What you're telling me is that Aatrox is secretly Soul Calibur.
He is. Actually, I want to see this again, because this is the only lore relevant thing going on here, or at least power scaling wise. Okay, yeah, so for sure they scaled his speed. This is.
I thought he was merely a brute.
No. He's even worse than that. So I've already seen some people downplaying this for power scaling, where they're like, oh, well, Aatrox gets weaker depending on his vessel. We already get statements that Aatrox's weaker vessels are mutilated and, like, disfigured. This is like a bare minimum base level Aatrox. And this is the weakest version of Keller Morgana, so the fact that they can keep up with him at all is pretty crazy. Although, granted, he does send them fucking flying. This is fucking
Mangler
cool.
is real, or is Mangler actually Del Rio? I can assure you I am definitely not Del Rio.
I don't know why bandits are following him, though. So for context, or actually this might... Okay, so this might lead to the Pantheon fight, then. Because in the lore, the bandits are running away and raping and pillaging Pantheon's home because they're running away from Aatrox, the guy who's apparently leading them right now. So, I guess what might have happened is they beat Aatrox here, and Aatrox starts destroying the bandits to get stronger, and in the process they start running away to Pantheon's home. I suspect that's what the timeline's going to look like. But they're probably never going to give us the actual timeline. Also, kind of interesting, she has her soul chains immediately. I think that's a retcon. The bandits are rinse people? No. Also, they, realistically speaking, because they shouldn't be strong enough to fight Aatrox, technically, because in lore, they should be weaker than Aspects. But, I guess Riot's just retconning that. I mean, granted, they have better feats than the other Aspects by far, so it makes sense they need the stronger ones. And yes, I do mean the stronger ones here. Fucking Aatrox could beat the shit out of any of the Aspects in a 1v1 and win. Granted, you know, it took them both to take him down, but whatever. But this other part's cool too, actually. Tryndamere fighting Kindred. Mangler, don't you mind Soul Edge? Bro, Soul Edge sucks. Nightmare's trash in the game. This is really fucking cool, though. A lot of people are taking this as a metaphorical fight, but there is an in-game quest that does talk about Kindred trying to...
I'm sorry, do you want to take that back?
What? Nightmare's trash, bro. Nightmare's a garbage-ass fucking character in Soul Calibur. He's fucking terrible.
Fuck off, he is. I absolutely dominate people when I play as him.
Yeah, Corey, you're playing a bunch of fucking noobs. Zem, shut up. No.
Dude,
Right.
Nightmare is so fucking oppressive.
Bro.
I don't remember playing the early Soul Calibur games, and all I own is Soul Calibur 6. So I don't.
So,
Bro,
I don't have-
the only other the only more oppressive character I've seen is fucking Natsu from Soul Calibur 5.
nah, you're wrong. So the reason they're saying it's like metaphorical is because we see that she hits people who are around him, so they're just assuming he's fighting the random bandits around him. I don't know. There is an in-game quest where they talk as if they fight Tryndamere, so take that one as you will. God, I remember when they gutted Tryndamere's lore. It used to be fucking perfect. Now it's trash. New rank season, new items, and I have not gone through to read it. But so I guess I should update the stream, give the stream update first and foremost to explain what's going on and why I'm streaming so late. So I have achieved the impossible and acquired a new job.
Yes, why don't you tell them where you work now?
No, I'd rather not.
Yeah, tell them how the Ouroboros is now feeding from the tap.
No, that is not what is going on. That is not what is going on. But I do get a 10% discount, but that is not what's going on.
Yeah, he's feeding from the tap. He works at a card shop now. He's now feeding from the tap. The cycle of Ouroboros continues forever.
That's not what it is, Kyle. All right, we could read the patch notes like good little boys and girls, but we're just gonna play the game and hopefully not feed. Seriously, Zim? Hey.
I no longer have to travel to the shop to buy cards. I now work there. I can just stick the money in the cash register and get cards. I then get money out of the cash register and put it back in and get more cards.
Zim, you weird? I am not
The
weird.
cycle of the Ouroboros is never ending.
Now you can't say I have a hobby anymore, Kyle, because I'm gonna be working like 5 days a week. Yes, but
Zeno versus Aizen. That depends on whether or not you think Zeno can kill Aizen. Which if we're talking butterflies, and he probably can't.
and so because oh wait, you can finish. Go
I
ahead.
was just say Hogyoku go bird.
You're working at your hobby? Yes. So, however, I should clarify what that means for streams. For the most part, Kyle, Devil, and Kyle again will not be changed. Mangler's the only stream where I'm going to have to work out when he's going to be streaming from now on because they want me working Fridays 11 to 6, which is like the entire
I'm
time.
always so special.
Special needs.
Well, when were you working initially? Saturday?
I still have the same job for now. It's just that I have a second job technically. So I have 2 jobs technically.
So
I work
I
more
guess I'll
jobs
just be
than
streaming
Kyle
on my Monday
does.
stream. I
And yeah,
guess,
what are your
we'll be-
hours?
My hours are going to potentially be 48.
Oh,
Well.
very good.
How the
So,
turntable?
I guess
Go on.
I won't be streaming then.
You want to do Sundays? I'm not going to be working Sundays. But I think
What time?
What time do you want to do Sunday? Hang on.
It'd have to be like every other Sunday.
Well, no. See, that's how it used to
Well,
be.
like-
Well, okay. So specifically, Zan, if you get a job at your hobby, that's the next level of the hobby tier. It is. So once I get a schedule and a rhythm set up, I can see where we're gonna work. But unfortunately, the shop has tournaments on Friday, and they're gonna probably want me there to do orders to speed up the process on those days. So, what other days would you be free?
You must be in there to absorb the stink.
God, that's the one thing I'm not looking forward to because they want me working Wednesdays, and Wednesdays are the Pokemon tournaments, and those fuckers.
Nah,
don't
you know what's gonna happen. You're gonna get to the point where you just do the rock sniff once he gets to the ring. You're going to embrace it. You're going to love it.
Well, after the first week's done and we get like a rhythm going, I'll talk to them about like a schedule setup. Because if I can just get Fridays back and just have like Friday and Saturday off from the job and I'll just work Sunday instead, I'll see if I can just do that. But for the time being, it's going to be a little bit on hiatus with Mangler, unless he's willing to do Sunday.
I can do Sunday. It's just it'll have to be like this Sunday.
Or again, I could ask them if they'd be willing to let me bring my laptop to the shop and just leave you streaming in the corner. Because to be fair,
Funny.
they might let me actually do that because they always have a TV play Netflix on anyways as background noise. So I could just like lower your audio for us and you could just be streaming there depending.
I mean, you could just mute yourself.
Well, that's why I'm saying that's why I'm saying like I might ask them about that after I get used to the shop and everything and be like, hey, can I just like leave this in the corner just so that way like that's going on and I'll just check my phone every now and again.
Yes.
That way I can ascend to
Speaking.
greatness.
Speaking of things that have become a major disappointment,
Fuck you. Alright, new items. Shit, I don't know what to build anymore.
I rest my case, Your Honor. But no. PSA not looking too hot at the moment.
Bro, I don't care, bro. I got League of Legends scaling. I got real lore to talk about. POC. Bro, $60 fucking dollars for the 10 reroll shit? The fuck?
I haven't tried the gamepad yet, but it's alright. I just don't like the pizza stuff.
Oh yeah, I heard there's a stamina system now. That wasn't in the No, Neo. That wasn't in the last one.
Wasn't as bad as I thought. I was able to complete like 3-4 full missions without having to run out of stamina, and I think I still had some. And they give you a ton of free shit.
New season, new
Like, I've got
items.
so much free stuff.
I have no idea what to build. I didn't even look at the changes. First time, no mythic items, so there is a god.
Yeah, wait, I got something I want to talk to you later about. Sure, Noah. Or Sparta.
Tell them no, Pimp Demon? Well, Pimp Demon, I need money. I don't know if you know this, but I need money, and that's why I got a new job to get money. Although
So hello, Jeremy.
I just need them funds. You think New Hid's gonna live off free labor?
Oh, you're doing it for him.
Yep.
Of course.
Yep.
Well, hello, Seville.
Always. I don't like.
Yeah, it was always a selfless act. I should have realized that from the get-go.
I am a selfless person. Whoa! What the fuck? Damn it! How about you actually make a good book? My books
Back
are
when my
great,
neck
bro.
was itchy.
Oh wait, you can't? You're a YouTuber? Bro, my books are... Well, okay. My books are great if I gave them more time to cook. Unfortunately... Top One Order would have been fantastic if I would just wait a little longer on that release. I mean, I still think it's fine. Granted, some things apparently didn't hit very well. Apparently. But, I think it was fine. Hopefully the second Rim book will be a lot better, so that way you can enjoy that. And then I flip a coin and decide if I'm doing Top World Order or Alexander's book next.
I definitely shouldn't have watched that. Because that got me fucking tilted. That was the stupidest takes I've ever seen on a Halo game.
Bruh.
Thus far.
Zim but Rin?
Not your fault exactly, but oof.
Mangler just doesn't appreciate correct takes.
Bro,
It's,
even you would have cringed at some of that shit.
What I have. Yeah, and I also got this out
Yes.
about League of Legends with its new security software. Oh, so you've seen the video that I sent you? He did.
I didn't watch all of it because, again, it was an hour long, and I didn't need to. I just had to go to the Cortana section and just to the Forerunner part, because this literal fucker thought that 343 retconned the Forerunners when they explained in their book that Forerunners and humans are identical to one another, despite having a de-evolution, and that they're homogenous. He just thought they were different because they're different factions.
Then why the fuck is the Didac a bird?
Because foreigners can evolve themselves by changing their biology, something that's also explained in the book.
Uh-huh. I don't like official divine. You don't like what?
Official divine. What is official divine?
Dang it. Didn't get the fucking gold. Kinda cringe, not gonna lie.
He also said he thinks that rampancy is not a good explanation for why Cortana's losing her mind in Halo 4. And I looked at that and I was like, man, you need to be backhanded.
Zemus preseason not yet? Yeah, we're preseason
That's
now.
stupid.
No more mythic items. New items and everything. They haven't put the new anti-cheat software in yet, so I'm still deciding what I'm going to do about that. For those of you who don't know...
How does the anti...
what?
I was actually going to say, how does anti-cheat work in this game?
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't. So, to fix that issue, they're introducing a new anti-cheat software, but it goes for root kernel access, which means that it's going to have access to everything on your PC and take like full priority over everything, which a lot of people are not happy about, because if it gets hacked or something like that, anyone can just take over your PC who has access to it, and it's always on, so you can't even turn it off. Gosh darn it, I fucking hate Galio.
Keep in mind then that $60 for a 10 pull was at 70% off or something similar.
Yeah,
maybe even a high percentage.
That's a lie. No, the old one actually works. No, it doesn't. League's anti-cheat software does not work worth a fucking damn, bro. What the fuck are you smoking? There are bots everywhere. There are hackers everywhere. What the fuck are you talking about? League was always in need of a new fucking solution to anti-cheat, and they're making one. It's just that they're making one with a software that potentially might not be worth the risk. Because if they were just taking my information, I mean, not to be that guy, but they probably already have it by now. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, God, what the fuck is this? Oh, gross. New fucking top lane.
Quite the sneeze. Almost knocked myself out with that one.
With your own sneeze?
With my own sneeze. It's too strong.
Hello, Noble Kill. No, they can't. They can't hack your fucking Riot accounts. Okay, so the way the software works is you have to have the game installed. No, because scripters were still becoming a problem. They were already coming back. Look.
Damn, I thought that Halo YouTuber was cooking with something, but I guess not. Most Halo YouTubers think they are cooking with something, but the vast majority of them don't use sources when they explain their shit. He used one source throughout the entirety of his thing for the novels, and then it was like, oh, well, I think I understand how this lore works. They retconned this, and I'm like, but you used a source from the books, so I get to use as many books as I want, and all of your criticisms can be explained away by reading the books, guides, or paying attention to just basic material. So you're just an illiterate fuck that reads only what you want to read.
What is $60? Oh, that's right. They added a new creature to the game. I'll have to look at the patch notes later for sure. What the hell's going on in my tower? That's annoying.
This is saying that I can do 2 10 pulls on Lost Gladiator for the cost of 1 at POC at a 100% price. Oof. There's a 10 pull under the rewards thing. It's part of the new player promotion.
Devil, Lost Claudia's fucking monetization is fucking dog shit. Please do not use it to justify POC.
I don't think I've spent like a single cent on POC thus far. Like, I spent most of the day when I was doing POC just redeeming stuff that they were giving me for free. They give me so much free shit, I was like, man, did I earn any of this? Probably won't be like that for tomorrow. But,
Ahsoka Tano versus Quinlan Voss? No clue who Quinlan Voss is.
Don't know who that is either. I know who Ahsoka is.
Wait, a 10 card is $60? No, it's 10 pools. So in POC you have to buy weapon pools and character pools, and 10 pools is $60 for now.
Devil, are you referring to the slot machine? 10 pulls at the slots?
Slots. Well, I haven't downloaded POC yet. Actually, I've been busy all day.
It's called something else. I don't remember.
Well.
You basically have like 4 free runs to the slots. I got my Team Scion Jax now account, at least. League I haven't uninstalled though. I hope they'll delete it in the future, otherwise I will not be able to use League as a content for my channel.
I mean, you can still play League of Legends. You just have to be aware that, like, you know, you are giving it kernel, you know, authorities. What? What the fuck is the cooldown on that?
POC sucks, man. That's what people apparently are telling me, I guess.
I mean, it could have been a lot better, to be fair. Like,
I'm like, my main criticisms are just not having like a gun button for Dante. Like, the monetization problem is not an issue for me because they have to make fucking money on a free game, guys. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to support it. Also, I think we'll determine that the monetization sucks if you're able to play the game for more than a few days and you have to pay. But, like, I don't think any of us have actually been playing the game for more than 1 day at this point. I'm gonna get my mind about it once I've had, like, a few days to play around with it.
What? The thing is that he probably already has a fucking queue back.
Think of it this way. Think of it this way, we can now start the big DMC video.
Oh, I gotta get through all the POC stuff first. And I still gotta do those reference videos. Also, I'm kind of reading from all the 12 days worth of Christmas shit that I had to do.
Yes, you are. Good job, by the way. Well, now you'll have a Jango Fett vs. Cad Bane. We already know that Jango Fett. Compared to Diablo Immortal, it's not that bad. You're right. Also, confirmation now that Kale and Morgana scaled the Aatrox in the past, and that's their weakest forms. So the stonks have gone up, ladies and gentlemen. The stonks have.
Mando versus Bossic. Melissa, we don't know any of these Star Wars matchups.
Boss takes that easily. Boss takes that easily. Also, Jango Fett's better than Cad Bane. I think that's confirmed in lore.
Could have been. It was a lot better. POC 1.0 blows us out of the water. You never really had POC 1.0.
Well, technically, it did exist. It was real Mangler.
No. I'm aware. I'm just saying you never had it. So that, like, that's a weird complaint to make.
Mangler be like the kind of guy where someone's like, "Ah, man, I wish I had legs. You know, that way I could walk around. That's probably better than being in a chair."
That is
but
not...
you never had legs, so how would you know that? That's such a weird comparison point.
Not the same thing at all.
Literally the exact same thing. Honestly, I fail to see the difference. Never forget that, guys. Mangler shames people for wanting legs. Because how would they know if they wanted if they've never even had legs?
You know, I'll stab you, and then you won't have legs. I only have to aim for one ankle.
Whoa! Whoa! But which one?
Look, it's not Mangler's fault that he's going after people that don't have a leg to stand on to defend themselves.
Flip a coin? I'm sure I'll find out. If not, I could just flip another coin. I play betas and the official a lot of stuff was better than the beta. We all need to go to VOC. We should do our own reference videos. No, Devil, we don't need to do our own reference videos for it. The whole EMC big video is going to have our own speaking sections. POC is going to have its own reference video, and Argosax is going to have its reference video. And then that's it, and then we have the giant DMC video.
Remember, there's no more fucking mythic items, so you can just build whatever you want now. It's amazing. The game's finally fixed, and I'm probably gonna lose my tower.
I was actually able to get level 60 in POC without spending anything. The PvP is balanced, not base character bar. I haven't got to the PvP yet, but it feels like all my cards at the moment are basically just the same demon. And I accidentally turned Lady into a tank, which I probably should mess around her cards because she has the most health on my team, but she's also the zoner. So when I run into an enemy that has too much armor, I'm basically fucked. Because she's the only one that can take a hit, but she's designed to stay at range. So I better, next time I play tomorrow, I'm probably gonna fix that.
Oh, what the fuck? Scuttle's looking fucking good.
So what about you, Mangler? Have you come across any of the skins that we found before?
The skins were...
checked on May.
As far as the weapon descriptions and item descriptions, we found a lot of the ones that were originally presented in the builds. Granted, a lot of them were just reworded. As far as the loading screens, kind of already mentioned this before, like, the ones that Gallon's claimed he found were not found in the main campaign. They were found in, like, special events, BP and shit. So I would have to check the entire content of the game, and again, I'm only on, like, Mission 3. Well, I think I'm about to get into Mission 3.
Excuses.
I just beat Navon.
Did you? Yeah,
Yes.
I haven't even started playing.
You've heard right here. You've heard right here first, everyone. Mangler enjoys beating women.
Yeah, I believe it.
I did get some stuff that was in.
I didn't know where he was going with that.
Neither did I.
I did get some stuff that was in POC that I was not expecting, which is Dante Devil triggering for the Hell Vanguard. They do have statements that the Hell Vanguard is stronger than the average demon, but like, while Dante is just showing off his Devil trigger, he does DT in cutscene for the Hell Vanguard.
He knows better. He remembered what happened last time he played DMC3 on hard mode.
Got fucking Rick rolled.
Confirmed.
Riot
Hell
Vanguard
Vanguard at the
Hell
start.
Vanguard.
Confirmed. Hell Vanguard at the start of 3 could have beaten Arkham with Spider's powers. Let's go. Let's go with the scaling chain. Let's go.
Well, to be fair, this isn't the same Hell Vanguard, technically. But, like, that still means a Hell Vanguard, in general, can fight a Son of Sparta. So that just proves why Virgil would have sent it after Dante in the first place. Because he was convinced it was a powerful enough demon.
Virgil, when he doesn't make Dante, Virgil, when Hell Vanguard doesn't even beat Dante in DT. Pathetic.
I was told you could fight a true Son of Sparta. Disappointing.
Arkham,
DT
you
is weak,
fucking
it's like a
lied to me.
40% power boost. 70% fully upgraded. Pam, you understand that DT in DMC is traditionally a 20% power boost, right? Like, unless you have like a special variant of DT, like
Well,
Majin or Sing
well,
or like
traditionally,
Aguruga,
DT,
it's traditionally
the
20%.
DT amount increases with age.
Shut it.
No. I'm talking gameplay-wise. Like, the actual raw damage output multiplier is a 20% traditionally from game to game. That's how it's implemented in gameplay, unless you're using the superior form. So if it goes up to 70, that's a massive improvement.
Look at me, Christian
Gameplay-wise.
season with the loss.
Well, actually, no. Sin Devil Trigger probably has like way higher damage. Mythics is a huge improvement. Shame I can't play it because of Vanguard. I have no idea what this Vanguard is.
So Vanguard's the anti-cheat software that works on the kernel level. A lot of players are quitting the game over it. We'll see. I think Riot's gonna backtrack on it. I think they'll see people like enough people are leaving it. They'll backtrack on it. I don't know how I feel though, because like I know it's. I think if Vanguard just stops working all the time, you can shut it off. I think that's when I think people will be okay with Vanguard. But the fact that it runs at all times is ridiculous. A lot of games have kernel level anti-cheat.
This is Nero, Games of War. Are you talking about Genesis from Crisis Core? Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core?
Oh, what's that? A good character from 7? What's this?
You mean the best character from 7?
Hey,
Lovelace.
hey, shut up. We've got Angeal.
You're right. And Genesis was carrying his ass every step of the way.
The gift
No.
of the goddess
Shut up.
versus the goddess's.
I will
knight.
give you. Look, we'll come to a compromise. Both of them were better than Sephiroth, even after Sephiroth had like 10 million games and still couldn't get a fucking character.
Dude, honestly, if they had just made Genesis the main villain, and his whole goal was just to pursue the goddess, I would have paid for that.
Well,
I would have paid for that.
I mean, that's what happened at the end of the game. He finds the gift of the goddess, and it works. It cures him of his disease and everything.
And then he loses.
Well, yeah,
Like
but
a
he survived.
fucking.
It's also kind of implied, depending on how you want to like take the animations of the story, that Genesis is not actually dead.
No, he's not. He survives. We see him in Dirge of Cerberus.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no, he survived. That's why. Like, the gift of the goddess just kept him alive. The fact that Zack could beat him at all, because I'm actually going to give a hot take here, and I know people are going to disagree with me. I would scale Genesis with the gift of the goddess to save for Sephiroth. They're both connected
I don't
to the
think
live
that's.
stream. No! My anus!
I don't think that's really like a super contentious take, considering that Zack beat Sephiroth before he even went into the live stream.
Well,
Like,
I've got two contentious takes about this, and one of them is just one, and this is actually confirmed if you pay attention to the story of Crisis Core. Genesis and Geo also have like Genova cells inside them, so they should get the same like amount of power boost as Sephiroth.
That's why.
And also, I'm gonna give a hot take. I don't even think that you fight the real Sephiroth. I think he's actually dead, and you're just fighting something that thinks it's Sephiroth.
Okay, take it easy, Alex.
Ooh, that'd be a hot take.
No,
You was clearly
Sephiroth
Lord How dare you.
dies.
The problem is that if they hack you, they have control over your entire PC. Also, weak PCs from like 6-7 years ago will lose significant performance because of Vanguard. They will. So what I'm thinking of what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my laptop that I don't use for anything but streaming, and I'm just going to get rid of all my accounts on it, completely factory reset it, and I'll just play League of Legends on that.
Also, gameplay wise, it would be 666 times. Pimp Demon, that is way too strong. Zack and Cloud versus Sephiroth. I think we already saw that matchup, and
Cloud
Sephiroth died.
Cloud defeats Sephiroth by himself in Advent Children, and it's literally I think it's stated by the director of Advent Children that that's the strongest version of Sephiroth, which means he's stronger than Safer Sephiroth.
It's literally the stupidest way that he loses too, because he's literally just doing pokes on Cloud, and he's safely zoning him from a distance with his extremely long sword. And Cloud's like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking lose. Wait a minute, I now have hope." And then he just Omni slashes him right as he starts summoning magic. Hits him in one fucking blow.
Remember, he'll never be a memory.
I actually just realized that yours is the demon side Virgil, but the devil trigger of Virgil's demon side. No, it's Virgil's demon half. No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
The devil trigger of Virgil's demon side.
Maybe if Sephiroth could actually win a fight against someone who's not just a total whore, maybe then Sephiroth would be respected in the villain community. Never forget that Sephiroth's only real confirmed victory was against a girl who sold herself around on the streets. Never forget. And she wasn't even fighting. And she wasn't even fighting at the time it happened. She was praying.
Are you?
I thought you were talking about Tifa for a second. I'm just gonna be like,
I was sitting there like, yeah, wait a minute. Is that technically Tifa? Or is that it?
It's her. Now, she was selling herself around to all the guys and girls. That's how she got her followers everywhere.
Technically,
that's a theory. I don't even think that's actually ever confirmed.
His only W is against a character that wasn't even trying to.
His only W was just a guy who wasn't even paying attention.
Are you implying Aerith is a whore?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he just stated she was a whore.
Bro, she
With
was
everything but
gobbling
the
everyone's
actual
fucking
words.
sack, bro. Come on. You really think she was surviving off a couple of flowers?
Cloud's Hope versus Kratos' Hope? Unironically, you can actually argue Final Fantasy has a better argument for the quote-unquote power of hope meme than the literal power of hope in God of War.
It's not a meme, Mangler. It's facts.
Because they have a canonical explanation for why characters in Final Fantasy are like drastically weaker or stronger due to how their I think it's their spirit energy works, and they can either be drastically like stronger, like weaker in terms of their durability, have better healing powers, better magic, depending all on what their will is in the present moment. Again, an actual canon explanation for how the mechanisms of their energy system works.
Let's go Terminator.
Also, Kyle, why did you think he was Tifa?
Come on, we all know why he thought it was Tifa. Come on.
Because Sephiroth beats Tifa in a fight, technically,
I was-
in Niflheim.
I was under the impression it was Tifa because I distinctively remember her falling down the stairs after Sephiroth slashed at her in Crisis Core.
Yeah.
But then, you know, before I was even able to say anything, it was like, yeah, and she was praying. Zidane versus
God tier
Titus.
Kale. God tier
God,
Kale.
I,
Literally the best
I
Kale.
played a little bit more of 8 today, and all I could think is, man, I fucking 7 was mid, but I will take mid 7 over this shit.
No Penta, I'm afraid. You got another kill before I did, but God tier Kale plays. God tier Kale plays.
Isn't there a scene in Visions
Yeah.
of V
He
where
got
Urizen gets naked and becomes a bald gray man and shit? No?
I think he's
What
talking.
happened?
He's talking about like during their soul fight or whatever.
Oh, well, so there's a scene where Urizen loses, like, all of his skin in his body, I guess. Like, yeah, he gets, like, obliterated, basically. Except for, like, the husk of his shell. It's basically his true self. That's after V basically attacks him with the rest of the summons. And Urizen's like, I'm weak. V's like, no. That's okay.
Nah, that's when you hit him with that nod win.
But he's just like, it's okay to be weak. League of Legends, but I can't carry my team.
Bro, I'm literally dominating. What are you talking about?
I don't know what's going on in this game.
Mangler, you've been watching me play League of Legends for 4 years now. Learn the fucking game. Can I join the V season? I'm currently in the middle of playing, bro.
Day 800 of watching leagues and still not understanding what the fuck I'm seeing.
Wait, is this a new season? AV, well, fuck, did both of you guys get rid of League of Legends already or not yet? Cause, can someone check if this is a new season directly or not? Like, have they reset the season completely or are we still our old ranks?
Live long enough, and all lies crumble to dust.
What's going on with Steam? Guys, I get my wholesome games from Steam. Well, if it's preseason, that means I ended the season in gold. For the past 3 years, I've been Heartstuck gold. I'm getting there, though. I'm getting there. I can feel it. Fuck Samaj. I can feel it.
Oh wait, I'm getting a bunch of messages.
Fuck. Prompto versus Yuna. My bro Prompto's gonna get her with that clack 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 clack. Also, I re-downloaded Final Fantasy 15 so I can play it now again so I can get all my scaling done. Me when Prompto just hits piercing on Yuna. Gojo had it if not for Maharaga. Yo, that's crazy, bro. Cause he still fucking lost. To be fair, I do agree that if Maharaga was not there, Gojo would have taken that W. But he was! And Gojo lost!
And he's still dead.
You don't have wholesome games then?
I do have
Can't we spot a claim general wholesome?
Final Fantasy 15 is a very wholesome game.
As somebody to pull me to the channel, Xanadu wants double join.
I mean, sure, I don't really know what he's gonna say though. We're all just chilling out here. Cause like he I think he's trying to give me advice on League, on like the League's game, but like I'm already dominating, so like I mean I guess we'll see. Like it's fine, it's fine. When he,
let
oh, go on.
me pull you in there, Seville. In a moment.
His fucking ult still going
You're in
on?
this-
What the fuck? Okay, I'll come in on that. I'll come in on that.
Yes, we. Oh, yes, we. Yes, we. Oh. God, it's a little too late. There we go. Hopefully he doesn't disconnect or anything.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, Sparta, you didn't know that?
Oh,
Also,
is my sound okay?
yeah, we can hear you.
By the way, I wanted to join because I wanted to join you guys' discussion. We're talking about stuff I'm interested in.
Well, for context, Seville,
Yes.
well, we don't normally do that in general because we used to have issues with like people showing up on streams all the time and it got like a super crazy hassle. Speaking of which, I need to talk to Beyonder again. See, maybe I'll do a Cold War stream on Beyonder at some point. Get the boys involved. Yeah, well, hope you have a nice day, Seville, wherever it is you are at.
No, I didn't. Sparta, did you really not know that critical mode in KH2 gives you a flat 20% boost? That's crazy. That's crazy.
By the way, did they
Also.
introduce the new game mode yet?
No,
They said they're gonna add Earth.
not
They
yet.
didn't.
Oh.
Also, yeah, guys, Prompto will just give Yuna the Glock. Most Final
What's a
Fantasy fans.
prompto?
What's a Prompto? What's
Yes.
a Prompto?
It's a fat disappointment.
It's a guy who worked hard, lost weight, and just to be friends with somebody, showing that friendship is all about appearances.
Seems pretty shallow. Or pretty wholesome, I don't know. Fuck if I know.
Where is your god now? Alright, so I just dominated again.
Okay. That could have been a penta, by the way.
Yeah, if my teammates didn't stop fucking stealing all my fucking kills. God.
I didn't know shit about critical mode. All I
Kale's
knew-
I can already feel Kale's gonna get nerfed immediately. Damn it. She's too
All I knew
strong.
was from the KH community, and those fuckers told me critical mode is hard. Then they probably either A, lied to you, or B, omitted the fact that they were talking about level 1 crits. Because the KH2 community
The
loves
Masters.
level 1
They said they were
runs.
gonna rework. They said they were gonna rework that as well.
Probably for the best. I'm in silver right now? Silver 1? Gross, bro. Put me back in gold already. I literally just
That's the
dominated.
placement games. It's replacement games. You need to complete those.
I know what the fuck placement games are, bro, but I should be placing in gold immediately.
Okay, what the fuck are you
Go
talking about?
complain to Riot for that.
Haven't I been
Fetch
Hearthstone gold
versus
long
Nyx?
enough?
I don't know what fetch is.
Oh, that was ass.
At that point,
By the
any
way,
game would be considered hard.
Sometimes in League
I
of
mean-
Legends, it's literally just worth to create a new account to place a higher rank. That way, if you get lucky in your placements, you could legit end up in like Diamond or something.
Yeah.
I legit know people who were gold, made a new account, ended up in Diamond.
Oh, they have KDA Prestige Kasai. Nice. Too bad I need to save my Prestige tokens because Kale's finally gained a Prestige token after all these years. At that point, any game would be considered hard. Sparta, just stop sucking ass and play the game, bro. Get good. That's all you gotta do, Sparta. Just get good, bro.
Hang on one sec.
Alright.
So what he's saying is that he's currently playing through KH2 critical mode, and he's having a bit of frustration because he was told by the KH community that it was actually hard, and he's been breezing through it, and he says it's been piss fucking easy, so he doesn't ever want to hear them complain about KH3's critical mode being easy. And I told him, yeah, the reason they probably told you that is because they either A, were lying to you, or B, they omitted the fact they were talking about level 1 critical mode, where you don't have any levels and you can't level up as per the way the game's supposed to be played. You don't get any XP boosts or any like
Alright.
new moves or any stats.
Remember, Sparta, if you don't beat critical mode on level 1, you didn't beat it correctly, and your victory does not count. You did not beat critical mode. You have to beat critical mode level 1. It's like playing an SMT game. You have to play it on hard.
I hate that you're using that example because it's the same fucking logic. I fucking hate that. But that is literally the same logic.
I don't know. So don't forget that, Sparta. I better see you restarting that with level 1, bro. Better see that level 1 fucking critical going on.
I have the Presence, the Clampoth, the One Above All, Aslot, Odin, the Great Axiom, all behind my penis. What the fuck, Noble Kill? What kind of crack are you smoking right now?
Apparently Noble Kill's
Stop
penis.
talking nonsense.
Apparently Noble Kill's penis scales to dimensional levels we are unaware of.
His ramblings are beyond my understanding. Also, I still don't know who Fetch is, so sorry, Melissa, I can't answer that.
Fetch versus Nyx? I don't know what a Fetch is. It sounds like a dog that I'm disappointed in.
I know one character named Nyx from Infamous. That's about it.
Actually, now I think about it, freaking, you think anyone would ever name their dog a Fetch?
I think that would be ironic. So, no.
I'll say, what are you testing? Like, what do you call what do you call it to fetch? Like, do you just say like, hey, fetch the stick?
Retrieve.
Yeah, retrieve the stick, and fetch is like.
Wait.
My
What
name.
if it's a golden retriever named Fetch? You can't use retrieve and you can't use fetch. How does he go get an item?
Procure the stick.
You just say procure, you don't even say procure the stick. You couldn't get that far.
And Valve is apparently Valve has taken down fan projects like Team Fortress, Source 2, and Portal 64, and Valve's potentially going to take down other fan projects like TF2 Classic. That might be. I'm not gonna open my Steam. That's probably in response to the fact that Valve is releasing official mods on Steam for their games. Like, they released the Portal 2 mod recently. Fetch is a character from Infamous Second Son. Kyle, what the fuck is a Fetch?
That would explain it.
Kyle.
He's been lost to the void.
Wow. Also, I get a 10% discount at the card store I buy at, so, oh boy. I hope that works for pre-orders. Because I'm going to pre-order the Oh, now he's back!
Do you hear that sound? Do you hear that sound? God, it's hard to hear him over the sound of him constantly eating. Just Ouroboros.
No, because, so for Magic, they're releasing Fallout decks, so we can play as Fallout. So we're going to get Fallout characters, and I'm like, oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy, it's a disappointing franchise.
Fallout's great, bro.
I'm not doing another playthrough of Cage. Your mistake was doing another playthrough of Cage in general.
Fuck.
Or Cage 2.
Vayne. I'm probably fighting Vayne top. I don't really know what beats that, so I'm thinking Gangplank, honestly.
You're literally playing a game that is just Reflect Simulator.
Probably not Vayne top, because there's no ADC.
Or Explosion Simulator.
How much you want to bet right now to go ADC? How much you want to bet right now? How much you want to bet?
Let's see.
How much you want to bet?
Okay.
Let's see. Who the fuck plays Vayne bot anymore?
I don't know. Could be.
Let's see.
Fetch is the main female character in Second Son.
So maybe this is their top laner. Maybe you're right. Or maybe this guy's just going to dodge.
Kyle, Kyle, go.
Okay. Okay,
what?
Jackson to Gangplank.
Okay, Jax.
For what?
Nah,
Hang on.
I think I got this.
Fetch versus
I
Nick.
heard they give Jax a fucking like a nasty buff in the PBE.
Yeah,
Could
but
like melt towers in like seconds. No?
that probably hasn't hit live yet. Oh, that might be with the new items actually. Fuck. Oh, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. I'll just fucking play it super safe. Instead, I'm going back to KH3 Critical, you know, the better game. But yeah, no. Okay, guys, you guys have to understand something. Companies and people have a right to tell you no to fan projects. Like, every time a company shuts down a fan project, they're made out to be the fucking bad guys.
God, do I know it? Nintendo flexes that iron fist.
Yeah, I fucking know. Fuck Nintendo.
Just because they have the right to doesn't mean it's morally right.
It
There's a
absolutely.
difference.
No, you're about to get the moral hand of justice.
Zim, does this not sound familiar?
Let me explain to you about morality because I dictate morality. But no, in all seriousness, there is nothing immoral about a company protecting its own IP. I don't believe in the death of the author bullshit, and Creative Commons is not until you're dead. If someone does something with my work, you know, hypothetically, I am well within my rights, both morally and legally, to say, stop doing that. Because it's my object. It's my IP. It's my property. Kyle, you should be supporting this. You're a pirate. All you do is sail the seven seas. Everything's their property and yours.
I never said I disagreed. I just said that. I just said that this morality discussion is
not
familiar.
the same thing as voice actors and AI.
I feel like comparing Nintendo to Valve is a very, very different example, or literally the company.
Also, regarding Nintendo and Nintendo doing their things, they technically can do it. It's just that Nintendo does a terrible job of giving the customers their product, so it's like that's Nintendo's issue. If Nintendo actually gave customers a way to get their product easily and didn't make it a fucking nightmare, then Nintendo would have every right to do what they do. But they don't. They give you a store.
The problem is yeah, I was gonna say Nintendo doesn't actually provide a way for you to purchase their products because they keep shutting down all their stores. They don't make their software backwards compatible. They intentionally make their consoles underpowered, so you have to purchase them and can't play anything more powerful. They literally create no other possible outcome for you other than to pirate their games. So, whereas other companies don't do that. So.
By the way, what we were talking about earlier, are we talking about mods or like entire games? Because there's a difference.
Both.
Doesn't matter. Okay,
Both. They have a right to say no.
Yeah.
If you make a mod for a game that you own, you should be able to do that.
No,
because you're distributing it.
you don't
You
own it.
own
Okay,
the
okay.
game.
No. Stop. Let me take this one. You don't own the game. You've bought the license to play the game. You don't own it. They still own the game.
Let me offer a caveat here. If you make a mod for a game you're playing by yourself and you are not distributing it, you are absolutely right. They have no right to tell you no. But if you're playing it online for other people to buy, or not buy, actually, yeah, some people do sell their mods. Actually, to be fair, not everybody, but some do. You can't.
No, monetization is different.
Even if it's a free download, you're still modifying their work without their permission.
Like, generally speaking, as
like
long as you're
selling-
not distributing it, or as
Listen
long
to
as
my
the
analogy
distribution
for a
isn't very
second.
public.
It's like you selling a modification for a car,
Yeah,
and then
you're
the
not supposed to
company
do
who
that.
made the car suing you for that.
Yes,
they can do
and
that.
yes, they can. Like a
That's
lot of car
completely legal.
companies.
Like you
A
can't
lot of car
sue
That
somebody
happens
for
all the
making
time.
a bumper or something.
The only reason they don't do it is because there are millions of people, and it would be impossible to track everyone down. But if you actively go up to them and you tell them, "I've modified your vehicle," they'll probably take action.
It's why warranties dissipate and stuff.
Speaking of fans project, Capcom's about to lose.
You gotta understand, like,
Probably not.
morality doesn't matter. Morality is only a thing made by people to try and justify things in a situation.
No,
To
I
a
think
what
corporation,
he's
there is
referring
no
to here
supreme morality. There's only
I
cold
think
logic.
I think what he's referring to here is more so a practice of ethics, but I don't think ethics would really apply in this circumstance, considering the legal ethical framework for a company is for it to defend its own property. And technically, in most cases, most companies generally give you the ability to practice and produce mods on your platform. And usually
Yeah,
they
good one.
tolerate them for a pretty extent. Yeah. But there are some that make it clear that they're like, I don't want any mods.
Yeah, 'cause
And
now-
then people still make them.
Yeah, because like let's take Capcom for example. Capcom's getting on mods now because some fucking idiot decided to play a nude mod during an official Street Fighter 6 tournament. That looks bad on Capcom. So now they're putting DRMs on other fucking games and everyone's getting upset about it, even though they're the ones who ruined it for everybody.
It only
What
takes one
type of
person
DRM?
to ruin it all for the rest of us. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta understand, this is why they also get super on people's asses. If you try and mod, like, let's say, like Mega Man.
I never want to hear anyone from the Street Fighter community talk shit about DOA again after they literally lost their mod privileges for playing for new mods on a tournament. You want to know what never happened at a DOA tournament? Someone playing a fucking nude mod?
Kind of ironic.
I'm gonna walk that
What?
fucking high horse everywhere.
Where
I
did that
fucking-
happen? Where did that happen?
Literally last year, it was a big fucking deal. It's why DRMs are on Capcom's games now.
DRM's like Denuvo.
Actually,
Introduce
I don't
Denuvo
know.
for
I don't
that.
know what the DRM is, but they released a DRM for even their old games now. Have DRMs, not just the new ones. Yeah, and that's what people get.
Because
from
the
me.
new,
What?
because some DRMs like Denuvo are literally make the game worse.
Doesn't matter. They shouldn't have modded it.
You shouldn't have modded it, but they modded it. Why do you have to be punished for their actions?
Because they freaking modded it, and Capcom doesn't want that to happen again. They're well within their rights
And
to do
because, okay, so let's put it this way.
Yeah, so you make your product
So,
worse.
no, let me explain this. When they modded it, they took that mod to an international tournament that was televised.
Why did
And so that
them
looks
to do
terrible on
that?
Capcom. And so now all Capcom sees is that, okay, if you're going to do this to our character models, then no, you're not gonna do this, you're not gonna make us publicly embarrassed.
Why the fuck was there
With your
new
mod.
in the first place? Sparta, you know fucking why. Because all of these fighting game players are thirsty as fuck. DOA fans are just honest enough to be talking about it.
Did the Smash allegations not prove this enough? Actually, that wasn't even the Smash allegations. That was the fighting game allegations, because that was happening in every community. Hmm.
Yeah, no, like, the Smash community was literally up in arms over, like, Pura and Mithra? I don't know what their names are.
Well, yeah, that and some other stuff. You know what? True. Yeah, I mean, it sucks, but it's true. It sucks. Well, I guess it sucks because it's true. You know. Ooh.
Damn, I have
I
fucking...
mean, I think Capcom's... I was gonna say, Capcom's position in regards to mods has generally just been that, like, they try to turn a blind eye to it, but they don't actively support it. And as long as you don't antagonize them, you generally get to keep your mods. Unfortunately, a lot of the communities of their games don't seem to understand this basic principle, especially the DMC community, because the modders in that community are antagonistic as fuck, and constantly try to pester the developers for anything they wanted out of 5, and then just decided to remake the entire engine of 5 to make it more like 4.
Well, it's not even just that. It's also the fact that, like, gamers have become extremely entitled.
Well, oh, they're incredibly entitled. Like, not only would do this, they made like a, well, I mean, they made a PvP mod, which was pretty cool. But then they were going around posting it on YouTube channels, serving around Discord servers, and linking this thing to get like hundreds of thousands of views. Like they were trying to get like an enormous amount of people to play this mod, which again would be fine and harmless if it was like in an enclosed community. But you're putting it on YouTube where everybody can see it. And so
And you've also
when
got to think
Capcom-
of you've also got to think of all the other people who worked on the game, and they see you modding their shit, and it's just like, so what? All of our like multiple years of effort making this game's not good enough, so you're gonna fucking
Well,
fuck with our work?
there's also the issue of
Yeah.
like the unequivocal like content, which is that any person who's on a PlayStation or like PlayStation console and Xbox console doesn't get the ability to do any of that. They're like locked out of those options. Because again, Capcom is not actively supporting mods, they're just not taking a position towards it. So then a bunch of community members will be like, hey, why don't we have PvP in 5? Why don't we have this? Why don't we have this? Why don't we have that? And then Capcom's like, alright. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. Latest updates. We're just gonna do some bug fixes and cheat engine. Now the mods don't work. And the mod fans get like really fucking pissed off. They're like, oh my god. They rolled out this thing just to ruin my mods. They updated it just to ruin my mods. I'm like, they probably did it to do with some legitimate boss fixes, but if they did it to ruin your mods, why are you surprised? And why are you outraged? You actively antagonized them. Holy shit.
Ah, son of a bitch. That was a good play on my part, though. I actually forgot that.
Like, I can
I
understand
got stunned.
modding a game that is actively supported by the company, or against, or either modding something or pirating a game when your company is like morally fucking bankrupt, like Nintendo, or they're like the spawn of Satan as a video game developer.
Bro, you release one bad port of The Legend of Zelda and you get called the spawn of Satan.
Dude, I never even played their horrible ports of Legend of Zelda. Dude, I wouldn't even need to do the port. You know what? Their Nintendo fucking online system could exist the way that it is, and that would be an affront to human beings enough. They could be fully in support of emulation, and they'd still be morally bankrupt just off of their online system alone.
Isn't that the one where you require like subscription to play online?
Well,
That's
that's part of it. It's like you need a subscription to play online, which is kind of ridiculous considering it has similar processing power to a 360 and a PS3, which could still play online pretty extensively. My issue is also the fact that their Nintendo Online servers are garbage. They are horrible. If you've ever tried to play a game of like Smash Ultimate or Splatoon or literally any other game that has processing power, prepare to lag to the ends of the earth and back forever. It is worse than any lag. Even, well, actually any connection that could potentially involve you getting involved with a server can result in you lagging, even if it's in a one-player game. It's less likely in a one-player game because it's just you in the server. But if you have like 2 or more people, oh boy, you better pray. You better pray.
Wait, what you just said there is...
Also, I'll take those fan
Very-
projects kind of blows me a bit because Valve hasn't been giving their games major
Because
updates for
there
years.
is literally no reason
But
for
they
a
just
game...
started. Oh, go on.
Can I speak? There is literally no reason for a single player game to be connected to the internet.
That's fine. They just don't buy
No
it.
reason to it.
You know,
Like, what are they gonna
you-
do with you connected to the internet other than collecting your data or something that is malicious?
You would
What else
sense
can...
that, and it still finds a way to fuck up, and it's so inconsistent as well. But I mean, honestly, like the internet is so bad on Nintendo Online, like it's so garbage that I, at some points when I was playing on it, completely forgotten that the Nintendo had other predatory like, policies and things. in regards to their not reselling items, constantly never lowering the price of their items on their Nintendo eShop, not being in support of emulation, constantly trying to destroy like any distribution of their games. I completely forgot about all of that because this was a completely new problem that was almost as horrible just due to basic incompetence, and they never bothered to fix it. It's like, bro, that's insane.
I'm gonna speak my opinion here. I will never play any single player game that requires you to have a constant internet connection to play it.
Sure you would. You probably already have.
Will never. No. I never played anything like that.
You played a Ubisoft game in the past couple of years?
Never. No. I don't fuck with Ubisoft. After what they did to like Blutopia, I'm not fucking with Ubisoft.
Nah, I agree, Seville. Okay, then just don't play the games that require an online purchase or an online membership. There, problem solved. Just don't play the games. There are plenty of other games to play.
I'm just saying I never had any of that problems on other platforms for like any game. It was usually, if there were server issues, it was usually like a game specific. It was never like your entire membership online service was just trashed.
Wait, they have a single server for every game?
No. I mean like their fucking like the Nintendo Online membership. Like Nintendo runs the servers for their games. So it's not like, I don't think it comes down to the company. I'm pretty sure it just comes down to Nintendo directly.
So if a company like Atlas, for example, develops a game that has online features, the servers have to be in Nintendo.
Well, I think they would have to corroborate with Nintendo. But if it's a multi-platform game, I don't think so. What I would be talking about would mainly be for exclusives. Stuff that's built in-house at Nintendo. Like, probably, I can't remember the name of the company that develops Smash or Splatoon, but they're basically only developing games exclusively for Nintendo's consoles. So most of their servers would be in-house. Whereas, like, a company like Atlas, if I'm not mistaken, produces most of its properties on multiple platforms. They would not be limited to Nintendo.
Yeah, they had exclusives.
Unless, of course... Well, yeah, unless, of course, they produced a game that was exclusive. Like, SMT 5, if I'm not mistaken, is an exclusive to Nintendo Switch. If that had online servers, then yes, Nintendo would have to support those.
Yeah, I think that's why they're so slow. Because
if they are slow, they're probably slow for that reason. Yeah.
If every single game that has any online feature in Nintendo has to be connected to a Nintendo One server, then you could see why it would be so slow. Because Nintendo servers can only handle so much.
I'll just be honest, like, you can lag in Nintendo servers if you're playing the Super Nintendo emulator by yourself. So let me be clear about that. You're playing the second weakest console ever produced by Nintendo and one of the weakest consoles in the history of video games. That is so insignificant, you could fit the processing power of that literally hundreds of thousands of times over to match like a modern game, potentially millions. And your game could still potentially lag. Not very often, but it does happen. Even when you're online with like other people and like, bro, this is crazy. I actually had this happening a lot when I was playing Nintendo Online with one of my friends. He was, we'd party up and we were playing some like Super Mario World or whatever, and he wasn't obviously at my house. We were at different houses, and he said he was experiencing lag or like a delay. I'm like, how's that possible? We literally live in the same state. We live in the same state. We should have premium
Because
internet connection.
you have to first connect to the server, then the server connects you to your friend. It
I
doesn't
know,
matter how
but like
close you are.
we're so close and we had good internet. It wasn't like a peer-to-peer thing. I realized that after we were doing this connection, but like the fact that something with so little processing power could not be run with a proper connection was proof enough to me that Nintendo is incompetent as a company. If they can't run that, then like yeah. If all their emulators and things work fine, and most of their lower quality games work fine, like I could understand, but like everything they have just runs like trash.
Yes.
Also, not to mention the whole bot problem's been going on for 4 years and it's still going. Is he referring to leagues?
Yeah, probably.
See, the thing with bots is you can literally set up like near undetectable like methods to play to have bots.
Yeah, that's why. they're
Even
being-
with a new anti-cheat, it would still be undetectable.
No, because it's literally looking through everything your processing does.
Yeah. You know the thing that you're not accounting for?
Like you're claiming that it can happen, but like, what's your evidence?
Could.
Okay.
You
Based
could
on
if you can. You could potentially run a virtualized. How do I explain
No,
this?
you can't run a virtual machine. The virtual machine's not above the kernel. It's above the kernel level.
No, that's incorrect. The virtual machine actually has it's called a KVM.
Okay, then
Kernel
if
virtual
what,
machine.
If what you're saying is true, why don't people just run a virtual machine to play League of Legends with this
Because
kernel issue?
the anti-cheat is designed to detect that, and it would not run on a virtual machine normally.
Is
Normally,
that
wait, let me continue.
is that confirmed? Because I haven't heard
Yes.
anyone talk about it. Okay, so then why would you
Yes.
assume that bots would still work then if a virtual machine can't?
Because there are ways to bypass that detection and to make it think you're running on an actual like Windows machine.
Isn't that the whole point of a virtual machine, to simulate an actual Windows machine?
Yeah, but like programs can be designed to detect whether you're running on a virtual machine or not. For example, it's one of the most common ways to detect if you're running on a virtual machine. Go into your like settings. If the game goes into your settings, your PC settings, and it finds your processor. For example, you have like an i5 6-core, like 12th generation processor, and it finds it has 4 cores instead of 6. That is a major indication that you're running a virtual machine, because otherwise, what kind of processor are you running? So
But
there are
can't you
ways.
say the virtual can't you just tell the virtual machine to say it's running 6 cores instead?
No, it has to report them. It has to. It can't do that in a meaningful way because the program can't test if it has 6 cores or not. You can't
Okay,
just
so
make up
do
cores.
you have evidence that bots still work on
What
on
you
Va-
could
on
do?
Vanguard?
Listen to me. What you can do is spoof your own processor and make it think you're running a processor that you're not actually running. You can't
Okay.
spoof the number of cores in it, but you could spoof like the model of it.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
So, is there proof that works, or are you assuming that works?
Yes, there is actually proof that it works.
Okay, then why don't
Actually, some ordinary gamers, when Valorant first launched, let me see if I still have the video. Some ordinary gamers was able to run Vanguard on a virtual machine. He bypassed it by like using something Windows had to virtualize. Basically, he was running a virtual machine inside of a virtual machine, and that confused the anti-cheat.
Okay, so
He was able to actually run it virtualized.
Actually, Jeremy was referring to the bot problem.
And what they can do after running it virtualized is make an entirely basic pixel-based bot that would simulate your mouse. That would.
Okay, so that's when it first started. Why wouldn't you assume it's already been improved?
It did. But
Okay.
here's the thing. There will always be a way to mask it.
So what? Your solution is just to not do anything about it then?
What do you mean?
Well, because you're complaining about League's anti-cheat because it's going at the kernel level because it's not going to solve the problem that they're claiming it will. So what is Riot supposed to do? Nothing?
It's well, the system we currently have.
Doesn't work. It hasn't been
It
working
does.
for a while. No, it doesn't. The high-level players have been complaining for the longest time now.
Okay, first of all, for scripters, maybe in like high evil there is a scripting problem.
Yes, because that's where the issues are arising.
Because it's not because like the anti-cheat was bad. Because its source code was leaked. You see, its source code, the League of Legends source.
Well,
source code
League of
was
Legends
leaked.
ain't exactly gonna fucking make a new source code anytime soon. So what were they supposed to do then? And also,
Make a new anti-cheat for League of Legends
so
specifically.
they did. They made Valorant.
But not Vanguard.
Vanguard is their anti-cheat though. It's not like they took it from somebody else. It's what they made.
Yeah, but it's not.
It's not.
it's
Are you gonna
not-
say it's not good, or are you just gonna say it's invasive? Because as far as I know,
Invasive.
Vanguard works well.
Invasive. But it still can be bypassed.
Okay, so can fucking
'Cause
everything.
my
by
problem
logic.
is that it's very invasive for like a thing that could be solved with way less invasiveness.
Except
that makes sense.
it hasn't already. You're acting.
Yeah,
like,
because their source code was leaked.
okay, so then
All
what
they
the
had to do is just make a new one that doesn't
make a
run
new source
constantly on your
make a
PC.
new source code for their entire fucking game. Bro, we're talking about a game that runs on spaghetti fucking programming. Why the fuck are you acting like this is a well-programmed game? No, I know. Like, what the like? Think about this logically for a fucking minute. We're talking about a multi-million-dollar company whose main fucking goal is to keep this game making them money, and you genuinely fucking think, with how much drama this anti-software brought up, if they could have solved this in a less invasive way, they wouldn't have
could've.
done it?
They could have.
You're right, because a guy in his fucking bedroom who, well, granted you didn't know about programming, have you ever made an anti-cheat software? Have you ever done that? Like, imagine if I sat here and I said that George R. Martin's books are trash, I can write it better, and this is why, criticizing his books.
I didn't say I could write it better. I'm just saying it's possible.
No. Oh, okay,
For
based on
example-
what? Based on what?
To be fair on that point, Zim, he
No.
tried to do that to Tolkien.
No. I criticize Tolkien's prose, but I know Tolkien's better than me, and he knows what he's doing. Well, no, he doesn't. He's dead. He knew what he was doing.
Who's Token?
Tolkien, the guy who wrote Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
J.R.R. Tolkien? Yes.
Anyway,
Hey,
what I was saying
Kyle, I
is
don't think you answered
there
the question.
are ways other than this to prevent
Okay,
kernel level
who else has done
anti-cheat.
it? But except anti-cheats are becoming more kernel now. They all are. It's not just this one.
You know what the difference is between them and Vanguard?
What?
Is that Vanguard is always running.
Okay.
You can't shut it off.
Well, actually, that's technically not true. It's just a pain in the ass to shut it off.
Yeah, but the second you shut it off, you can't turn it back on again.
Yeah, you have to restart your PC.
That's a problem.
No.
Why is it such a pain to turn off, and then when you have to turn it back again, you have to restart your entire system?
Okay. So to be clear here, you can turn off the anti-cheat. You just can't play League of Legends after you turn it off. And in order to play League of Legends, you just have to restart your PC.
Yes.
I'm not really seeing the problem here. When I'm done with League
See,
of
the
Legends for the
problem
night,
is-
I'm just done with
the
League of
problem
Legends.
Problem is what you don't understand here is that it going out of its way to make sure you don't turn it off, and it specifically designed to run at the kernel level when you're not playing the game.
Yeah.
Unless it's spying on you, unless it's like
Okay. Hey, Seville, do you own a phone by any chance, Seville? Just in general, do you own a phone?
Yes.
What apps do you have on your phone?
Okay. I know what you're gonna say here. First of all, I own a Google Pixel
Even worse.
with Graphene OS on it.
Even worse.
So you can't make the argument that my phone is spying on me. I have an open source operating system on it.
Except open source systems can also be hacked, and they also have been.
Yeah, they
also
can
have
be
been
hacked, but at least I know when they're hacked.
Do you?
I know when there's a vulnerability. I regularly check
So-
that stuff.
Okay, so assuming you in
If
particular,
somebody who knows what they're doing really wants to get into your phone, no, you will not.
no, because like don't get me wrong, Vanguard
but
has
who's has-
issues. It does, but when you sit there and you act like this can be done easier, and they made a video explaining why they're making it this way. And to be clear, you agree that new anti-cheats are also on the kernel level. It's not just Vanguard. Vanguard just stays on all the time.
Yeah, it stays on. That's the
So
problem.
they're all doing it, and the only problem with Vanguard is it stays on all the time, from what I understand. Which, to be fair, is still annoying, and to be fair, it's not foolproof. You're absolutely
not.
right.
It's very. You guys are like. I don't really speak English a lot, like in voice calls, so I'm really having a.
No, you're
Problems.
explaining
Describing
your
myself.
position. It's just that like your position is that I think they could have done it easier and less invasively. Which
You're
means,
underestimating how big it is for it to run all the time.
no, I understand that, but
Why
again,
would it-
it can be turned off. You just can't play leagues after you turn it off.
Yeah.
So just turn off Vanguard and just don't play leagues after you're done.
Well,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It is still terrible. What
Just
they've
don't
done.
trust it. I don't trust it because of the way it works. It's supposed to be very invasive, and also back when it first came out in Valorant, people had their PCs almost like I heard somebody said that it turned off their laptop fan, so their PC almost overheated and almost got bricked by it.
Yeah, because that's when it
It
first came
could
out.
do
I'm
that.
sure it went through kinks. But like I haven't heard any serious issues with Vanguard just besides the fact that it's always on. That's like the main criticism I've heard about it. And also I guess kernel
it's-
level, but like
Mm.
I don't know, like I'm just saying that it's kind of weird.
Ask yourself, why does it have to be always on?
So
That's my.
I would like
Why does it
to
always have to be
point
on?
out that Jeremy was just talking about the bot problem in TF2. You guys went on this whole
No one
spiel
cares.
about League when that wasn't even what he was mentioning.
No one cares. We don't even play TF2. I played TF2 for like 5
You
minutes.
you care so little that you went on a spiel about something he wasn't even asking about.
No.
Congratulations.
Because he talked about bots, and that's an issue with League of Legends
I,
coming up.
I know, but you also decided not to drop it even after you mentioned it about DF2, and that is funny.
Well, because
I didn't even
to
see
clarify,
that. To be fair.
to clarify why this is more of a like an actual discussion, where like why it's a little bit more of a heated discussion.
Yeah, because somebody in this call happens to be playing leagues. I know, crazy idea.
No, it's because Riot's gonna force it on everybody. I think at the end
Obviously.
of February. Yeah, because Riot just forces themselves on the people, and so.
Also, it means.
Sounds like someone I know.
What do you
By
mean?
the
I'm
way,
sorry, go on.
it means there is no. You can't play League of Legends anymore on Linux. You can't have custom skins.
That's fine.
You can't have custom maps.
That's fine.
No, that's not fine to a lot of people because you don't do those. And some people have only like. They don't like Windows. They only have Linux. Some people like to play with custom skins on. For example, like Drew Toot, if you know,
Yeah.
if you know the streamer.
Yeah, but
That guy.
here's the fucking problem though. I don't agree with modding shit for games that are online specifically. I only agree with modding for single player
but it's
experiences. It might be harmless, but it's also not necessary. Also,
Not
a
like-
lot of custom skins are fucking trash. Let's not lie to ourselves.
You could say that, but there's a Dante. There's
wonder
actually
why.
a Dante custom skin that Drew.
Yeah, and it probably looks like a fucking Eldritch Horror if I actually looked it up.
No, it doesn't. It actually is a skin for Samira.
Yeah, of course it fucking is. No, like
course.
like I don't understand. Well, so for starters, when you mod Riot's online game, you are modifying their like proprietary.
Yeah, and Riot
IP.
was allowing this. They were perfectly
No,
fine
they
with
just
it.
didn't care. Let's be clear here. Indifference is not the same as endorsing. Not the same thing. Because let's be damn clear. If no one bought skins and just had custom, Riot would put their foot down. Let's be perfectly fucking clear on that one.
The problem is with custom skins is that only you can see them. The other players can't, so
Yeah.
that can't happen.
Yeah.
You can't like.
But as they also pointed out, they also cause crashes significantly more than any other program. That's also
for the
why they
people
don't.
using them.
If you're playing an online fucking game and my mid laner keeps DCing because this dipshit wants to look like Darth fucking Vader, yeah, I'm gonna take a fucking issue with that.
You take issue with him, not the people making the skins. But that's besides the point.
The people making the skins can keep making their fucking mods. It's just that at the end of the day, you're putting. So first off, the only way Riot makes money off League of Legends is by selling skins. So that's right off the bat, you are biting into their market with custom skins. The fact that they let it
No,
go
you're
on as
not,
long.
because there's a difference between a custom skin and a regular skin.
No, there isn't. Because what,
Because
what if someone
there
doesn't
is
care?
there
No,
is
no, what if
because
someone
only
doesn't
you
care?
can see them. What's the
Yeah.
problem? What's the point of having a skin if only you can see it?
Because the whole.
Nobody else can
I'm,
see
I'm
it.
sorry. Do you spend your fucking games watching other people's skins? No, you look at your skin. You're playing and looking at your character.
Yeah, there may be some truth to that.
It's
Still,
it's
that
it's,
matters.
it's
Well,
the
let's
only
put
truth.
this way. Every online game I've ever played, I don't give a shit what anyone else is wearing. I care what my character looks like if I can see my character.
Yeah, no, everyone's there for themselves. Yeah, it'd be cool if other people could see it, but they don't really care about that. Otherwise, if what you're saying is true, no one would do custom skins because other people can't see it. No, of course they don't fucking care about that. Fuck, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
but
care
there's a
about that.
difference.
Oh, well, what's the difference? What's the difference?
The difference is you can't see. Well,
No, we already addressed how your point that other people can't see it doesn't matter because most people aren't looking at other people throughout the entire game. They're looking at
Ooh.
themselves. Especially people like
What's
me who
this
put up the screen
problem?
locked. What was that?
And there are some games out there where any skins you have, only you can see them, and they only appear for you.
That is true. There are some cases of fighting games
Oh.
where that occurs, usually because of DLC
That's
issues.
crazy. Sorry, just realizing I have more powers in the YouTube
but anyway,
live chat.
that's
I
the
thought
custom skins thing is besides the point. My point is that Vanguard is fucking up a bunch of things that were already perfectly fine to do in League.
Except they weren't,
True.
and you know damn well that people have been complaining about the botting and scripting issues.
Okay, for
a
example,
while
playing
now.
on Linux. What's wrong with playing on Linux?
There's nothing wrong with playing on Linux, and it sucks that Linux
Well,
players are
you
going to
can't
get
do
shit
that
like
anymore.
that. But to be fair, that's what that's the price Linux player or Linux users pay for getting an open source software that no one else really built for. Okay, so let me explain Linux for a minute. Every PC comes with fucking Windows or iOS. Those are the main two softwares that all programmers work with and that all programmers deal with when they make their product.
Actually,
Linux.
no.
So you're gonna tell
They
me right
mostly
now?
work on Linux.
You're telling me right
Yes.
now that all developers predominantly work on Linux.
Not all
Windows.
of them, but most of them.
I
Well,
guarantee
most
fucking
servers.
to you, every
Most
fucking
servers-
developer I could ask right now works on Windows.
Okay, that's
I've spoken to programmers, and most of them don't touch open sources. It's either iOS or it's Windows.
Because
Because
that's
it's
what
the simplest ones to use.
99% of fucking PC owners run. They run Windows because most people are like me. I buy a PC and I just fucking use the operating system because it's fine. You don't make a program for a small percentage of people. Now, does it suck that Linux is getting hit here? Yes, I completely agree. But that's the price you pay for a safer software because technically Linux is safer. Technically, I don't think it's actually safer. I think it's just that it gets fixed faster. If something goes wrong with Linux, like there's a faster fix than there is with Windows because it's open source.
I'm gonna read some of the comments now because I've been skipping on
The
this.
comments have stagnated for a while now, unless I'm not getting them updated.
Well, there was a few that I missed. Because Spart asked why, they wonder why Capcom released DMC5 Special Edition on PC. Yeah, that was literally intentional. They thought it had to do with the Definitive Edition not getting a PC release, but it was intentional because they had been modding the shit out of that game. They literally ripped Virgil's code so hard out of his boss fight they made him a playable character.
Yeah. Okay, so like you were wrong about the Linux thing. A lot of people use it actually.
Yeah,
of,
but
like,
the
programmers.
overwhelming majority use Windows.
Not in like the server space. A lot of servers are based on Linux.
Name me
And most servers are based on Linux.
Name me one major product that is sold as a program to use on the internet for Windows that was made on Linux.
What?
Name me a program or a game that was made with Linux to be sold on Windows.
Most of them.
Name me one with evidence. Because again, to
Wait,
clarify, you are trying to tell me that people are going to make a program on a completely different operating system with completely different rules and programs instead of just using the default program on their PC at a major company?
You don't understand what Linux is for. Wait, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying.
No, Linux
here.
replaces Windows.
For example,
it's a new operating system, but it has its own.
It's not
rules.
new.
What do you say?
It's not new. It's not new at all. I don't know what you. What?
What I mean by fucking new is that if I were to put Linux on my PC right fucking now, it would be a new operating system on my PC. It's not Windows, the built-in operating system.
Windows is not built in on PCs.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. If you build a PC from scratch, it's not
If
gonna
you
run Windows.
if you get a new computer and you turn it on, whatever comes up first, whether it's iOS, Linux, or Windows, that's the base
Because
operating system it came with.
The guys who built it installed the system on it. It's
Okay.
It's not that the PC itself
I need
comes
you to
with
fucking understand, Seville, that you might make your own PC,
it. Okay.
but most people don't fucking do that. 99%
Most
of
people-
people don't build their own PCs, Seville. They buy a Windows or an iOS if they're stupid.
Most people just go to the computer store and they grab a computer. They
It
don't
would have
make it from
Windows
scratch.
on it. But it's not that the PC itself is like has
Okay,
Windows.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you are splitting hairs right now. Most people would assume Windows is the natural operating software because most people buy a PC at Best Buy.
I'm gonna
they turn it on.
It's the
I'm
most
gonna break this
popular
down.
for like
No.
consumers.
I'm gonna break this down so it's even easier.
Can you start a game,
99%
by the
of
way?
all of humanity who don't interact with computers only know that Windows exists. They don't even know that iOS exists unless they have an Apple computer.
I'm talking about most people here. Yeah,
Yes, we
sure.
are. No. Yes, we fucking are. Because most people includes most people who play League of Legends. Most people includes most people who play games on PC. Because I hate to break this to you, even most gamers on PC don't run Linux. They run Windows. Some do, and arguably you'd argue they're probably like the more in-depth gamers who probably do mods and shit. But most of your casual PC gamers run Windows. Because they don't bother with fucking Linux. The only person I've heard advocating for Linux in a actual major space was just somewhere in a gamers. That's it. And I think fucking what's his name? Linus Tech Tips I think argued for Linux at one point, but I think he kind of gave up, or he didn't give up on that, but I think he just said Windows is fine too. Like, no, everyone uses fucking Windows, bro. Like that's why when you tell me that programmers use Linux for all their shit or for most of it, I call bullshit. Because why would they? If Windows does everything they want and they program it on the program that everyone else is going to use.
Wait, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying here.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that most servers, probably even the Google servers you're using now to fucking use YouTube, are all built on Linux.
Well,
They all use Linux.
Let's
Wait.
find out. Are Google servers made with Linux? They are Linux based. That is true. But most games are made in
Probably
Windows.
most companies as well
But
use
most
Linux for their
games and
servers.
programs are made on Windows.
Okay,
Because-
maybe for games because there are like
Okay,
fucking
okay,
Unreal
okay.
Engine.
So
or
if
something.
games
You know.
are made on Windows and most programs are made on Windows because that's where you'd have to run it, there's no reason to build it out of software. That's the price Linux players pay for not running Windows.
There are ways to get around that to make it like
No, there aren't.
Yes,
There are ways
yes,
to-
but can the average person get around it without having somebody with technical know-how walk them through it?
the thing you have to know.
No,
Can
you-
the
Yeah,
average
I-
person, if they were to get a computer and bring it to their house and boot it up without having any technical know-how, how easy would it for them to be to do what you're asking them to do without having
Just look it
anyone
up.
like hold their hand?
I'm gonna tell you right fucking now. Kyle's your average man.
You just
who
look
doesn't-
it up though.
Oh, you just look it up. Dude,
Yeah.
you can look up a tutorial for Linux. You know you have to put command prompts in on Linux to start up your PC? You don't just sign in like
Yes.
with Windows. You have to actually type in the command prompts and shit.
Yeah.
Someone like Kyle's not gonna
Yes.
be able to understand that. Dude, Kyle can barely understand how to turn on his fucking laptop half the time. This is the problem, is that you understand programming better than most, so to you, you think you're making rational sense. And you probably are on a deeper level. But when you're talking to an everyman, like me, Kyle, or Mangler, although Mangler's kind of not really having a conversation in this matter, you just sound like
I think the
someone...
term is layman.
Layman, thank you. Well, everyman and layman are the same thing. Point is, you're just spouting like fucking statements that just don't really apply. And that's what Linux players pay. If Linux players want to have their Linux, their better operating software, because arguably Linux is better than the other two, I can agree to that.
Is it
Is
it true? Was that true? What you said that to even start up their PC to get into it, you have to put command prompts.
Yeah, no, that's true because they don't have.
I would
shiny
I would
Windows.
sell it. I would sell that shit the first day I got it, and I'd tell them give me a real computer.
Not even modders cause Linux because it's worse for gaming compared to Windows.
Not
Yeah.
anymore. It's
Kyle had a problem
Actually,
plugging
no.
in his
Actually,
HDMI
Valve-
wire. He did actually.
It's not really
That was
worse anymore. Well, it depends on what kind of games you want to play. Because if you want to play a Steam game, you could do that on Linux now. Any Steam game will run on Linux, unless of course they're owned by Ubisoft or another draconian company like them that have their own
Linux
like
is- Are you
launchers.
saying it's literally not Noble Kill? I need you to clarify your statement. Look, the point is that 99% of people. Okay, let's say 80. Let's say no, fuck it. I'm not even 80. 90% of people use Windows.
Okay.
Most people are not going to run on Linux. So if League of Legends decides that they would rather ask the Linux community for what they consider to be a safer, better gaming experience, that's just what Linux players have to pay the price for. Just buy a fucking regular laptop for like $300, bro. Come on. It's fucking League of Legends. You can run it on anything. Even with this new software, you can probably run it with like a new recent laptop.
No, but wait. Do you not know what an operating system is? You're making it sound like something. It's something like.
I'm going to tell you this right now.
To the PC.
Unless you're really into computers, or unless you're really into coding, no one knows what the fuck that is.
An operating system, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Seville, is the software that lets your PC
Software.
run.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So
Daddy?
everyone builds a shit. But that's the thing. Most games are going to run on Windows and with better performance, even if they're Ubisoft made games or whatever. Yeah, because everyone makes their shit for the most common fucking product, which is Windows. I'm actually surprised Linux struggles so much with gaming because Linux is open source. You think they would have figured it out by now?
They did. There's like Wind that allows you to run like Windows software on it. There's a lot of stuff you can do on Linux. That'll allow you
So
to
why
run
exactly
games.
can you not run Valorant or League of Legends on Linux then? Like what about the?
Because of Vanguard.
Well, what does
Vanguard won't allow it.
What Vanguard? doesn't allow
Vanguard
Linux?
specifically doesn't want to run on Linux.
Is that because Linux doesn't allow like those level anti cheats to run, or is it because Vanguard doesn't like Linux?
Because in Linux, you control the entire system basically,
Yeah. So
and
So
you could theoretically, not like necessarily, stop Vanguard from running inside of a League game or something like that.
Okay, so then that's a massive security issue.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so then yeah, no,
However-
then fuck Linux players. That's what they get for, that's what they get for their freedom.
Yes, it does. It does have its own security compromises, but those things are also possible on Windows as well. If you know, if you know how to
but
reverse engineer and
that's
stuff.
that's why that's why they put it on the kernel level. Because if you start fucking with the program, they can see that and shut you down. Which
So they can do the same thing on Linux, but that's not the problem.
well,
the problem is that
players will shut
Linux-
it down. Like Linux players won't let Vanguard run that deep though. It's what I mean. That's the whole reason you
No,
go
it
on
was.
Linux. is for
It can
safety.
still run on the kernel level on Linux. It
No,
can still run
I
that
know,
way.
but that's the whole point. But Linux players won't let that happen. Like the whole reason you fuckers ran to
Yeah.
Linux is because you didn't like Windows being so dangerous.
Okay, that's the. Okay, start a league games, then we kind of went derailed the whole stream here.
Well, no, I mean no, like because it wasn't gonna be a long stream today because I do got work in the morning because I have a new job, so I'll be able to make more money. But like no, I just wanted to give the new season a try because I gotta read these patch notes, especially after the last game I lost. I need to make sure I'm up to date. The thing is,
There's a
though,
big gameplay when wasn't being top.
yeah. Besides,
Melissa, if you're still there, what is TCU for? Oh wait, no. I don't know what TCU is for
the
Star
whole
Wars.
point of
I don't know what it
PSX2
stands
is
for.
that it's 10 times harder to run than the console itself because it's a software upon a software. If I emulate a software upon an OS, I'm gonna have way less performance. Is that why it's so crazy? Runs fine on my PC.
Goku versus Darth Vader probably has higher stats.
Actually, that's a recent YouTube video. Actually, someone did a Goku versus Darth Vader. Why it's closer than you might think.
In what capacity?
Angler, by the way, are you playing POC?
Not yet, no.
I am currently talking with you guys on a stream, so no, but I'll probably play some tomorrow.
No, like in general, like are you playing the game?
Not yet.
Not right now.
Oh yeah.
What mission are you on?
Currently, I believe I'll be starting. I'm either in the interim between mission 2 or 3, or I'm about to start mission 2, mission 3, because I just
kill
beat
Niven?
Navon. I just beat her,
Yeah,
destroyed
then
her.
You're gonna be on mission 3, and then after. Yeah, I think it's after mission 3 that you get the PvP.
When do I get Virgil? That's what matters. I'm ready to trade out
Virtually, you
Nero.
get it if you get lucky on the gotcha system.
Ah, god damn it.
Count Dooku beats Darth Maul, but Darth Vader would be Count Dooku. Actually, no, I think you could argue Count Dooku beats Vader.
In a sword fight, probably.
Well, the problem is
Maybe not in terms of force powers.
Well, the problem is that Vader's vastly weaker than Anakin was. No, actually, I think that's inconsistent. Because I think they claim Vader got stronger than when he was with Anakin, but then there's multiple.
It depends on what lore you're looking at, because then he has feats later on where he's like fighting the fucking. Like, I think there's some comics that make statements that he's stronger. Plus, there's points in Darth Vader's career when he just gets super angry and he's like either reaching Anakin's levels of power or near Anakin's level of power. So like, kind of depends on like what Vader you're talking about.
That is true.
I think in most circumstances, Count Dooku's probably stronger than your base Vader, but if Vader were to get really angry, which is extremely in character for him because he's always angry all the time, he'd probably kill Count Dooku.
Let's look at that patch notes in the meantime. Fuck TFT.
And Palpatine literally made his suit inconvenient just so that he could make Vader suffer, which just causes Vader to be more angry.
What the fuck?
It's a revolving door of suffering.
Yeah, no. So, at any rate, that's about, I think, it for what we need to cover for this stream. Granted, I was just playing League to talk about it, but to clarify, Friday's stream will no longer be happening because I got a job, and I'll have to try and figure out what my days are going to be so I can establish when Mingler will be streaming again. That being said, for the time, you bastards both yawned in my presence.
That wasn't a yawn. That was another sound.
So,
To be fair, it's like 8 minutes till bedtime.
All right. So yes, that is the situation. There will be no Friday stream, or at least, well, I don't know, Mingler. Can you do Friday nights, or can you not do Friday nights? I mean, you won't be able to do anywhere near as long as you do during Friday mornings, but like, if you can do nights, we can do like a Friday night stream.
I mean, I guess.
Well, just think it over and let me know, because if not,
How late would it be?
Great question. I get out of work at 5, but I don't get back to my house till around like 8, which is 10 o'clock your time. Yeah.
Fuck no.
Damn, he doesn't want to do a 9-hour stream at night.
Hell no, I don't.
Damn. So yeah, no. I'll let you guys know what ends up happening there. But for the time being, well, again, depending if we can't find another day during the week, Mangler does stream on his channel every Wednesday. You stream Wednesdays, right?
Monday.
Every Monday. So I'll probably post a link to his Twitch on the channel. So that way, in case the streams don't come up for a while, you guys can still hang out with Mangler on his streams on Monday. So keep an eye out for that one. And with that said, everything else should be smooth sailing and back to normal for the time being. I'll see if I can't force Devil to play my card game tomorrow, because he fucking couldn't do it yesterday. But I'm not mad. So,
it's not our card game.
So with that said, thank you guys for your time as always. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys on the next stream or video. Take care, everybody.